do this on all of them, then I got to remember I got to blue tape them together so I don't lose track of which one goes on what. Hey, YouTube. All right, we're getting close to the finishing. So what I wanted to do on the base here, where the plexiglass will sit on top of the LEDs to keep the LEDs from showing through, and put this little molding all the way around it. Plus it'll help support the plexiglass. So the nice part on my Shopsmith that I like about my Shopsmith, I can do some very fine work, because this is some pretty small molding, and you see I cut a 45 on there. So I got to cut 45s, and then on the triangle part, this is what we had molded before, and I went ahead and just sliced it right off the end of the piece, so that the glass will go behind here, and this will be able to go against the frame. And I cut a small little rabbet with my dado blade for the glass behind that, because it was so thin. I didn't want to mess with the router trying to do that. I just found it a lot easier to set up my my dado blade to get that depth, that small little depth done. So that's what we did. And to do my fine work, I'm not sure if this will work or not, I use my Incrajig. It's just very, very accurate to get these little 45s done properly. So once I get that all done, get these pieces cut, we'll start gluing everything together and put some finish on it. I think I'm just going to do a satin polyurethane finish on it. It'll last for a long time that way instead of an oil. I thought about an oil because of what it does with the grain and the wood to make it look good, but then there's upkeep you've got to do, and with some satin polyurethane, you basically would just have to dust it off periodically. So I don't want it to be a maintenance issue. So we're getting a lot closer. I'm glad. This thing really ended up being long. I know. I'm sorry, but there was a lot of different things that I did in this project that took a lot of time and a lot of thought. But I think overall, I think I'm going to really be happy with it. Hey YouTube, Jim here, Little Shop on the Prairie. Thanks for the comments. I've been really, that's making me feel pretty good that you guys are enjoying this. So where I'm at now, I glued it all up. I didn't think you needed to see it, but it held together. My joints came out pretty good. And now it's a matter of cleaning it up. All my favorite job, sanding. But anyway, so I'll be sanding for a while. This is one of those child-proof tops. Mineral spirits, I'm going to use some mineral spirits on this. It'll help me see where any of the little glue droppings are at. Raise the grain up a little bit for me for sanding, and also be able to see how this walnut is going to look when I get a finish on it. I'm going to plan on putting a satin polyurethane on it. Oh man. Oh man. I thought that was going to look like that. That's kind of pretty. Can you see that? Ah, it's really nice. So I'll give you an idea. Here's what it looks like raw. I got it sanded a little bit. And we'll go ahead and put a little bit on this, and then I'll show it to you with the mineral spirits. Really nice. It just brings the grain out so much so you can really see what it's going to look like when you get a finish on it. Yeah, I brought it out, brought the grain out. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So, yeah, I'm happy with the project. Little ways to go yet. Got to put the glass on. Oh, level of difficulty, kind of high. Anyway, here we go. This was the hard part. The best thing I found, the best way to do this I found was to use the table, lay this flat down, this being the back, which is the flat side, just like so. I already drilled these, but then after I drilled them, I realized maybe I should show you guys. So what I ended up doing, I used my dowel pins on the top of the shells to mark my holes. And then in order to line it up, I was trying to go this way straight down, and I couldn't get it to line. It was just hard. So actually, by doing it this way, I got the back and the back lined up perfectly. And then I was able to push them in, drill my holes, and get it to go. But that was a lot more difficult than what I originally had thought. So, just FYI, that part was tough. There's my black paper on the bottom too, if you can see that. So, I'm going to get this glued up. I've got a lot of sanding to do yet. I got to put in some little dowels here, and those will be super glued in, and that's really going to be it. Oh yeah, I got little pieces here and here I've got to cut. Those are going to be tough. I don't need to show you that though. But anyway, yeah, I like the way it's going to look. I'll be back in a flash. Hey, YouTube, we got it done. Came out just almost better than what I was expecting. I got a few little things to do yet on this, but it's there. I'll go ahead and use the remote. We'll turn it on. It really works out well. We can get fancy and make it do all kinds of colors. If that's showing up, I hope it is. But most of the time, I think it'll just be like, there's the white color. It's pretty nice. Worked well. Joints came out really perfect.